And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show. We start off with the Georgia Southern Eagles, licking their wounds from their 38-6 loss on the road at Boca Raton to Florida Atlantic. Of course, 2 weeks ago, the Eagles squeaked out a 30-25 win over FCS opponent Gardner-Webb at Paulson Stadium. A lot of people were concerned about the way things looked on offense and defense. Unfortunately, that carried over into the Florida Atlantic game where the Eagles gave up over 500 yards of total offense and were held to right around 250 yards themselves. Coach Lunsford and the players quite disappointed after the way they've started the season. We'll hear from them in just a moment. As for the area high school teams, you had Statesboro High losing another tough one. They had a 20-7 lead on the road at Perry High School as they were taking on Houston County. Unfortunately, they got shut out in the second half and lost that game 24-20 to fall to 1-2 on the season. This week they'll be back in action as they'll be hosting Liberty County. As for the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets, things going quite well in Brooklet as the Jackets have now improved to 3-0. Their last game was on the road at Screven County. They did give up their first touchdown of the year, but won pretty handily in that one. This week they continue their 4-game road swing as they head up to Grovetown. As for the Bulloch Academy Gators, they're coming off a bye week, and this week they're back in action. They'll have their hands full at Gator Alley. They're hosting last year's state champs in GISA, John Milledge and the Portal Panthers. Licking their wounds from another loss. They're currently 0-3. They'll be back in action this Friday, as well as they'll be hosting the Metter Tigers as things don't get any easier for them either. We also had some area softball games going on this past week. You had the Bulloch Academy Gators knocking off non-region foe David Emanuel at home. We'll get out for some highlights of that and plenty more coming up on Upon Further Review. And a reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888, or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com. McCook's Pharmacy, located on Highway 80 East, is family owned and operated by Lynn and Janie McCook, as well as their son, Josh McCook. Serving the Bulloch County area since 2005, McCook's Pharmacy offers fast and friendly service where the customers come first. Vaccinations are available, including shingles, flu, pneumonia, and Tdap. Drive-through service is available with 2 drive-through windows for your convenience. McCook's Pharmacy offers free local deliveries, and new customers are always welcome. Continuing the tradition of our family caring for your family, McCook's Pharmacy, Highway 80 East. Well, the Georgia Southern Eagles having some soul searching going on around Paulson Stadium this week as they are licking their wounds from their 38-2 loss on the road, or 36-2 loss rather, on the road at Florida Atlantic. We had a chance to catch up with head coach Chad Lunsford and a few of the players. They expressed their concern, but feel like they can still turn things around, even though they'll have their hands full this week with the trip to number 20 ranked Arkansas.
You got to reset every week, and, our Sundays are called Reset Sunday for a reason. So after yesterday, we kind of just forgot about it, and we're ready to prepare for this week and go 1-0. Really, once we started beating ourselves, with the turnovers and, the missed assignments, missed mistakes, that's when the game started to go the other way. And, that's all stuff that we can control. We're capable of being whatever we want to be. If we want to go, 9-1 from here, or however many wins and losses from here, it's up to us at the end of the day. And it doesn't really matter what others say because we dictate what we do on the field. It would definitely help the team, having a vet back at quarterback and having a player that's seen some things back there with us, it would definitely benefit us.
I feel like the team is responding really good. I feel like, just like Amari said, when we come in on Sunday, this is a big day for us to reset, not just to totally forget about what happened, because of course it's always going to be in the back of our mind, but to really just, focus on our next opponent, because there's nothing that we can do, nothing that we can say or do, just to go back and get that game back. What happened is just what happened, and, all we can do is move forward from it. Once we're able to get, all on the same page again, once we're able to to do what we do best, I don't really feel like we should or we will be, too worried about, what any other team can do. Because, of course, they beat a pretty good team. They do good in the passing game, they do good in the running game. But at the end of the day, only thing that matters is what we do. We had the opportunity to start that, through the passing game, through the run game. And like I said, it's just on us to do it. In my opinion, we watch film, of course, when we come in on the Sundays and, coaches talk to us, we've seen flashes of, what not just the defense, but what the team can be. Just like Amari said, to draw the ball 90, 95 yards 3-4 times, in the first half, and then the defense to be able to go 3 and out or to, stop them on a 4th down. That's flashes of Georgia Southern football, and I feel like once that part gets consistent and we're able to do that every play, then, like I said, it's only up from there.
Very disappointed in our performance last week. Really disappointed with our start to this season. Feel like we should be a lot better, a lot further along than we are. Have not played Georgia Southern football yet. Feel like there have been flashes, but not enough consistency. This past week, you go down to FAU and knowing that they're going to be excited for the game. They're going to be pumped up for the game because we obviously got the victory last week. Thought the guys were prepared, thought they were ready. We started the game off well. When you start looking at the first 4 drives, it looked like it was going to be a good day for the Eagles. Then we got a turnover, momentum shifted, and kind of rolled downhill for us on that part of it. So we got to go back to the drawing board, man. We got to soul search. We got to make sure we're looking at ourselves as coaches and making sure that we're putting our players in the best situation to play Georgia Southern football. And this is a great week to do it. Got a great opponent, SEC opponent in Arkansas, and looking forward to that challenge and going back to work this week. I don't know if you can just pinpoint one particular area. Obviously, the deep ball has been a deal for us. And, this past week we had miscommunication piece on our back end. Giving up passes, in that first game, same thing. Where we're really struggling is when momentum shift in the game, which there's going to be momentum shifts in any game you play. I think we're having trouble resetting. I feel like our guys are more, once something doesn't go our way, I think they're more playing to not make a mistake instead of turning it loose and just playing free. I think the fingers have to go to me first and foremost. I think it's very important that we get back to the basics this week, make it simple for our guys and make sure they're able to go play fast. And I think you'll see a better result in the second half if we'll go out and play free and like our hair's on fire. We would have loved to have started better, no question, and very disappointed that we have not. I think our guys are still in a good place, though. I don't think there's any panic. They went to work yesterday. There seems to be a really good vibe. I think they're bought into what we're doing around here. I think the culture's fine. I don't think there's any issues like that. I think the big piece is every single person in this building just wants to be better and wants to win and wants to go show Eagle Nation that we do have it in us to do it. Obviously, Justin Tomlin will start this week, and we'll see how he plays. But like anything, you're always fighting for your job. You should never be complacent. You should never feel like it's wrapped up and you got it made. Like Justin needs to go in there and play like I'm the starter, and I'm always going to be the starter. He's not played for 2 games. He's anxious. He's ready to go. He's got to relax, trust his instincts, let the game come to him, not try to push too quick, too soon, and just operate the offense. We go into every game expecting to get everybody's very best. Arkansas is a different deal now. They're the SEC football team and a lot of talent, a lot of speed. I just want our guys to go over there and show that they belong. I want them to show that they have a lot of heart, and it ain't about talent. It's about how hard you play. It's about being sound, and it's about playing Georgia Southern football. And, we always talk about expecting to win. If we go into this thing going, we don't have a chance, they're an SEC football team, blah, 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 well, then we don't need to get on the bus. And I don't see our guys like that. I see our guys, let's go show that we belong and that we can go beat a team like Arkansas, And when we show up Saturday, we'll see what happens.
And stay with us. Coming up next, we'll visit with some high school coaches and their players. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, providing primary care for Statesboro area patients since 1998, providing complete physicals, complete sports physicals, Medicare wellness exams, full diabetes treatment, and education from lifestyle changes to oral medications to insulin pump therapy, in-house dermatology, in-house circulation tests and ultrasounds, and in-house labs. Featuring nurse practitioner Melissa Beasley, Family Internal Medicine of Statesboro can accommodate same-day or next-day appointments to serve your needs. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, where we care.
At Badcock Home Furniture and More, we know what it means to find the perfect fit. The feeling of surprise. That just right moment of delight. It's what we see every time a family finds their priced right style and snuggle perfect comfort. Because for us, home isn't simply where you live, it's how you live. Badcock Home Furniture and More. Just right.
Well, the Statesboro Blue Devils, good news is they've been in every game this year. Frustrating part is they've entered the fourth quarter in their last 2 weeks with a lead and saw that slip away on some big plays that they gave up, and the offense's inability to pick up some first downs. Head coach Jeff Kaiser and his players frustrated with how they've closed the games, but excited about getting back at home as they'll be hosting Liberty County, hoping to get back on track.
We're fine. It's credit to Houston County, good football team. Like I told our kids a while ago, we are playing extremely hard. We're not playing extremely smart. 3rd and 15, we give up a deep ball, which was an easy play to defend, a simple fundamental that we didn't execute, and the same thing on the touchdown pass to go behind. And it wasn't just one guy making a mistake; it was 2 or 3. We talked to the kids about comparing it to studying for a test. A lot of times you study behind off and still fail. So we not only do we have to work hard and play hard, we got to work a little smarter. And that's what we're going to emphasize this week with our kids. Improve throwing the ball. Quarterback runs are still a threat. We need our running backs to run a little harder. Our OL, we're not putting it totally together. We've got 2 or 3 of them playing well and 2 or 3 of them not. And we got to put that together for one game. So, we had another key drop. Ended up in an interception that should have been a touchdown. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. You can sit here and look at all the things that could have gone our way and didn't. We just gotta play through bad breaks. So we'll emphasize that this week. We're disappointed that we lost, but we're not disappointed in our kids' effort. We played the run very well early, and then, like I said, when it got in the second half and the tempo of the game changed a little bit, we are not playing 4 quarters of disciplined football. We're playing about 3.5, and we just got to learn to finish. Very, very similar team to Swainsboro. Big on their lines of scrimmage, extremely fast on the perimeter. The film quality was not great, so it's piecing together what we think they're going to do, but it's talent-wise, speed-wise, very similar to the Swainsboro team we saw.
Everybody's feeling great. Like, we just ready. Everybody's ready to come back to work, and get back to work, and just capitalize at the end of the game. We just got put in a bad position coming back out at halftime. Just kicked it off. Boom, we got off to a slow start. They got a big game, and from there, we just was in a bad position from the get-go. Excited to be back home. Liberty County, they're a great team. We are too, but just ready to play.
I feel like we need to get better at like route running, because we ran a lot of mistakes during routes. I think we need to get better at stock blocking on wide outs. The line can get a little better. Like, we did better than what we did most games, and like, we just need to get better. And then like, we got tired during the second half. I feel like we should just like run after practice more and like do extra stuff so we can get better, because if we do that, we won't have to worry about nothing else. I feel like I need to get better at like passing, but like, my passes have got better. My reads starting to get better. I just need to get better every day, 1% better. I feel like we could have did better, because like, we was doing good. Like, we got about 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Second quarter, we got 1. And I feel like we came out at halftime. We wasn't the same. I really don't know much about them. I know like they only played like 1 game, and they've been in quarantine for a little while. So like, we should just come out and just do our thing, just play us.
That game getting underway 7:30 at Womack Field. Stay with us. We'll visit with Southeast Bulloch coming up next. The Southeast Bulloch Coaches Show segment is brought to you in part thanks to Southeast Tire and Service. Southeast Tire and Service has been in business for 13 years, offering extensive vehicle repair and service from bumper to bumper. Come have a cup of coffee with us and let us help you with your car needs. Located at 400 Parker Avenue in Brooklyn. With operations across North America and customers all around the globe, Interfor is one of the world's largest lumber providers. Interfor serves the needs of customers, strengthens local economies, and builds value for its employees and shareholders. Interfor is where excellence meets opportunity. In the past decade, Interfor has invested $1.3 billion into modern facilities and systems that employ the latest technologies. Interfor, excellence grows here. Well, things rolling right along in Brooklyn as the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets are currently 3-0 on the season and haven't really been tested this year. This past week, they did give up their first touchdown of the game, but beat Grovetown County fairly handily on the road. The road swing of 4 games continues this week as they hit the road for Grovetown. We had a chance to talk with Coach Jared Zito and some of his players about how things have been going.
It's always, it's better to be 3-0 than the alternative. We were 1-0 for the week, which was our goal. I think right now we're playing really hard. That's what I told our team just a little while ago. Our effort across the board, I think, was improved, which was a goal of ours. Playing great defense, continue to play great defense. We had one play, we kind of had a few things goofed up. We had a guy slip. To go 3 games and have 1 score against you is phenomenal, and we still have room for improvement. That's the really exciting part for our defense. We're tackling well. We got our eyes in the right place. We're running the football. We're being physical. And although I'm an offensive guy at heart, I'm an old school guy that still believes you got to win on defense and win up front to win quality football games.
How do you feel your offense is doing?
We're slow, we had a slow start, and that's kind of been 2 games in a row. And some of that had to do with they came out in a little different front than we thought they were going to be in. It's not the same guy making a mistake. We're having like one guy here, one guy there. We still ran football really well. They did some things, played a lot of 2 deep secondary stuff to really take away our passing game, which, we hate that because we want to get the ball down the field. But when they take guys out of the box, it's just a numbers game. So I feel like we're getting closer offensively to really being a team that can score a lot of points. But it's offense takes 11 guys literally on every play, and right now when we have 11, we do really good stuff. When we get 10, the whole play may look like it's a bad play, and it's one guy making 1 wrong step. So we'll continue to work on it, improve, and hopefully we see more execution this week. 4 in a row on the road is tough. I think the first one's probably always the toughest. Everything's a little different from preparation to travel to, they're not as relaxed before the game because they're scrambling to make sure they got all the things in their bag, and then you're in a different field. And so, and I felt like we struggled a little bit with that in that first game there at Screven. Hopefully we learned some things, got a little familiar with that process. We're going to take a long trip this week. That'll be a new challenge. Then we have an off week, which kind of gives us a little break, and we'll give our guys a little bit of time to kind of get some rest and kind of rejuvenate. And then 2 or more on the road. It's to be a great football team, you got to win on the road, and at some point you're going to have to go, whether it's in the beginning of the year or toward the end. We're going to have this stretch right here, and we come home for 3 home games toward the end of the year. It could be a real strong push. I think they've got a really impressive running back to me. Big, strong kid that seems like he breaks tackles faster than he looks. He's a long-legged kid. I think at one time he played some defensive end. I've seen him break some long runs, so he's faster than what people realize. We got to do a good job, and he's a thick kid. We're going to have to wrap him up. Quarterback is athletic. They don't throw it a whole lot. They use him a lot in the run game. Those two are the main two guys on offense that we got to be really concerned with. Defensively, you know, they give a couple different looks. We just got to kind of be prepared to block our rules. I think their strengths in the secondary. It seems like their secondary guys are the most skilled guys, and they run really well. So they'll challenge us a little bit there, and hopefully we're up for the challenge.
I feel like it's going pretty good. I feel like we playing to a high standard, but we could play higher. In the run game, it's really just reading my blocks. Defense, I didn't play safety last year. This is my first year playing safety, and I'm still like getting used to it, but the scheme is pretty much easy to understand. They explain it in a very detailed way. So we're just playing football. We're really just having fun, doing what we've been doing ever since we was kids. I'm expecting them to come with everything they got because they lost last year, but we just going to continue to do what we do, and then that's what we do.
I mean, defensive-wise, you know, we play to the ball hard. Offensive-wise, we just got to block our schemes and play faster, play more physical, a little bit more, and just do what we got to do. At first, I didn't know what he was bringing to the table, so I was kind of questioning it. But as of what he's doing, he's actually doing pretty good. And, you know, we learning more as the season goes on and getting better with offense. You know, we play good, sound football, come to the ball, play physical, really.
That game getting underway at 7:30 on the road at Grovetown. Stay with us. Bulloch Academy previews coming up next.
Ready for fall? Us too at RJ Pope. Get ready to cheer on your favorite team in a new performance polo from Peter Millar, Southern Tide and AFCO. Ladies, we have the best brands and trending fashions. Complete your look with one of our best-selling shoe brands, Soft, On Cloud, and Free People. Shop these brands and so much more at one of our 3 locations, RJ Pope Buckhead, Downtown, and Vidalia.
Well, the Bulloch Academy Gators 0-3 on the season, but have had their moments so far. This week, things will get pretty tough. They're coming off a bye week, which came at a good time as they'll be hosting John Milledge. Should be an exciting game over at Gator Alley. We had a chance to talk with Coach Pennington and a couple of the players about the matchup.
Things are really going pretty good, Josh, considering we are 0-3. A couple points in that regard. One is it'd be easy to kind of be discouraged, especially the way we kind of came off playing against Tift area and then, you know, having 2 hard contests to open up the season. But really the open week came at a very good time. We did have some opportunities there for some of our players to rebound and become a little more physically fit, but we also have some that are still doing rehab and will not be with us this week. So it's getting a few back, and we're still waiting on some of us to come on, hopefully very soon. But really the beautiful thing about the open week and even in preparations this week is that our players' attitudes and demeanor has just been very, very positive, uplifting, and encouraging. We understand that, you know, we have the world still in front of us when it comes to football schedule and what we have before us as far as region is concerned. And that mindset has really carried over in our practice and our work ethics here in the weight room, and that is very encouraging as we move forward. We did not play them last year because of COVID, and they did lose a boatload of very, very fine players. I think they basically lost all their offensive line, great skill people, linebackers. But the old saying is, you know, they're not rebuilding, they're reloading. The one thing about John Milledge is they've having so much success over the last 3 or 4 years is that on Friday nights they've been so dominant. A lot of their freshmen and sophomores get to play basically the whole second half. That is a great developmental tool that goes beyond even JV games on Thursday, because these players are getting experience. They come back, they understand the system, they've understand what the coaches expect out of them, and so it just carries right over into the year. And they're big, a lot of similarities with Calvary that we played here 3 weeks ago. So they're big, but they also have speed on the corners, at the wide receiver, at the running back. Just a solid team, very versatile, very diversified when it comes to offense. They can do it all. Excellent with pass game, excellent with the run game. Defensively, they have a lot of athletes over there that can get to the football. Just sound. So they do a great job of coaching, and I don't want to overstate that. The truth be told is they coach very well up there. They will be detail-oriented when they come here. It's a well-oiled machine, and we're going to do everything we can to put a little rust on it this Friday night.
What number is the quarterback?
5.
And what about their top running back?
I believe 14, but they shift a bunch of them in. They run a lot of wings and things of that sort, so they'll have 5 or 6 different people touching the ball.
We're feeling pretty good right now. During that bye week, we really worked hard, and we've been practicing every day. So I think we're feeling really good about this week. We obviously want to win every game, but we got to focus on the next game in front of us right now. We're expecting a real physical game, a lot of points scored on both sides. We're really focusing on our defensive right now. We're trying to get them all the way up and hopefully be able to stop them no matter what they do.
We all know the competition we've gone against, 3 good teams. We feel like we should have had the last one, but we put it behind us, and we're all just excited for this week to get back on track. The bye week was perfect for us and perfect spot. And, we're just trying to get back on the track, have good practices, and just really lock in on the games in front of us. I'm very aware John Milledge has won like 28-something games in a row. And I think as a team, we're ready for the task. We've been working really hard lately. And, it's the next game up, so it's obviously the most important one on the team's mind right now. And we've had a extremely tough schedule so far, and it's definitely gonna pay dividends in the region play, especially. So yes, sir.
That game getting underway at 7:30 at Gator Alley. As for the Portal Panthers, they'll be in action as well, hosting Metter Friday at 7:30. That'll wrap things up for now. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.